Hello, welcome or welcome back. Today I am doing another Neville Says, and in fact this week I'm doing another series of Neville Says where I take a quote from one of Neville's lectures from Neville Goddard's lecture series volume 1, and I share one quote from that particular lecture and talk about it and also share how you can apply it to your life. So that's what we're doing today. Stick around. So before we kick off, my name is Hedley Derenzie. I am a qualified life coach and author and super passionate about the amazing teachings of the law of assumption as originally taught by the great American mystic Neville Goddard. It is the stories that we tell that create our reality. So if you want to change any part of your life, meaning your reality, then you need to start by first changing the story that you're telling. And if you want to create the most amazing reality, then you need to know how to tell the most amazing stories. And that is where these teachings can help. And that is why I am here. I would like to help you tell much better stories. That's something I'm doing and I can highly recommend it. So if you would like further support with this, I am available for one-to-one coaching, or if you want to download my 21 days Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course, that is available below, or if you just want to stay connected, I'm on Instagram. That's pretty much it. Let's get into it. So today I'm doing another Neville Says series where I take a quote from one of Neville's lectures, share my interpretation with it, and how you can apply it to your own life. And at the end of each video, I will give you 3 plays that you can take away and implement in your day. So stick around to the end of the video where I give you those 3 practical action steps of how you can apply this stuff, because that is the key with these teachings. Is you can't just, well, you can, but what I want for people to do is to take these teachings, listen to these videos and read the material, whatever it is that floats your boat, and then apply it to your life, because it is in the application that will have impact. Just listening and knowing this stuff will not do it. You actually have to apply it. So at the end of each video, I do give 3 plays that you can take away and implement in your day. And as you may have already seen, I have done my very first affirmation recording. Isn't it wonderful? So check that out and give me your feedback. Let me know, how's the sound? How is it? Like, what's the experience for you? That's the first one that I've ever done. It took me a number of goes to get it right. I feel like it's okay, but obviously you're the one having the experience. So let me know, because I want to do a lot more of those meditations and affirmation videos because I love them. I use them in my life every day. And so I want to be able to do that for you guys as well. So just, yeah, happy to hear your feedback on that. Okay, so let's get into this. Today we are taking a quote from Neville Goddard's lecture series volume 1, and it is called Signs from Above. There's just so much goodness in these teachings. I just love them. Neville Goddard just has such a way with language and words and delivery, and just his energy as a person, as a man. Obviously I didn't know him, but just listening to him, he just sounds like a man of such integrity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the quote, then I will share some of the original definitions of the words, and then I will share my interpretation of it and give you 3 action steps as to how you can apply it. So the quote is, "There is nothing you cannot become or have as an objective fact if you believe you already have it. No restriction or condition has been placed upon the power of belief. If you will deny the evidence of your senses, suspend your reason, and persuade yourself that you are now the person you want to be, you will become it." There is so much juicy goodness to this quote. As some of you will know who've seen my videos before, as a writer, as a storyteller, I love language. I love etymology, which is the study of language, in particular the original definitions of the word, so where a word comes from. And words evolve over time, and as they evolve, they start to lose their original meaning, they get diluted, meanings kind of expand. And what can happen is, as the words get diluted in their meaning, they kind of shift and point us in a different direction to where they were originally designed to point us, because words and language are simply signposts pointing us in the direction of where we need to go. They are not the answer. Like, these videos or these teachings are not the answer. They are the signpost to where you will find the answer, and the answer is always in your imagination. So let's have a look at that first sentence. It says, "Nothing you cannot become or have as an objective fact if you believe you already have it." Now, as I've said in other videos, a fact, according to the original definition of the word, is an external event, occurrence, or condition in the physical world. So a fact doesn't necessarily mean truth. It just means it's an event or an achievement or a condition in our physical reality. That's why you can change the facts, because if you can change the assumptions that's solidified into the fact, meaning the assumption held in consciousness that got pushed out into reality and reflected back as a physical experience, then you can change the facts in your reality. So facts do not mean truth. A truth is simply when you decide, oh, I like that fact, I'm going to keep that going. And so you assume, you embed that assumption, and you decide that you're going to keep that assumption, and then you continue to play that cycle out until that is fully embedded as a truth. And obviously we can do that in a negative way as well. But when you know how that cycle works, it means you're liberated from it, that you can actually change the facts that you're experiencing in your reality by shifting the assumption, deciding to hold a new assumption. And that's obviously what all these teachings are about. There's nothing that you cannot have or become as an objective fact if you decide to hold that assumption, to believe that you already have it. And the way you do that obviously is in your imagination. But I really like this word believe, because when you have a look at where it came from, you might have a different understanding of what belief means. And I just want to pull it up. So I use the app Etymoline. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. The word believe comes from Old English belly fan, to have faith or confidence in a person, but also a thing. Now, if we go down, this is what I really am interested in, is the pi root of this word. It comes from German Gluben. Like, it has as you can see, there's a history to this word, and it originates from Lube, I don't know, I can't say that. To care, desire, or love. Think about if you care for something, if you love something, you turn towards it, you give it attention. Now, a thought only becomes a belief if you continue to give it attention, if you continue to care for it and love it and water it with your attention. That is what creates a belief. Now, obviously we do that for beliefs that we don't want to have. So with this work, we obviously want to root out the beliefs that we don't like or that aren't serving us, and do away with them, and then choose thoughts that we want to love and care for, that are going to support us and nourish us in getting what it is that we want in our reality. Let's have a look at what else it says. No restriction or condition has been placed upon the power of belief. If you will deny the evidence of your senses, suspend your reason, and persuade yourself that you are now the person you want to be, you will become it. So there are no conditions on the beliefs that you hold, meaning you can believe and assume absolutely anything, because it all comes from consciousness, and imagination is infinite. Everything is possible in imagination. So you are literally free to believe whatever you want. There are no restrictions or conditions on the beliefs that you hold. So whatever thought, you can have any thought you want, and if you decide that that's a thought you want to care for and love, meaning pay attention to it, to form a belief which will then create an assumption that will then get pushed out, solidified, and hardened into fact and be reflected back in your reality as a physical experience, there's no restriction. You are entirely free to use your power as you wish. Let's say you want something and you create a belief that supports that you can have that, then you have to deny your external world, meaning your reality hasn't yet caught up to this new reality that you're imagining. There's a lag time. Reality follows imagination. It doesn't precede it. You have to deny the evidence of the senses, meaning the physical senses that keep us locked into this physical experience, and suspend your reason. And what does it mean to suspend? It comes from 13th century. To bar or exclude temporarily from some function or privilege. I like that. So don't give your rational, reasonable mind the privilege of doing you out of what it is that you want to experience in your reality. You have to set it aside. And that's what it also means down here is to, I love this, remove from office, to hang up. You literally have to remove your reasonable, rational mind from office, from that leading position that it loves to hold, put it aside and say, hey, I'm actually taking the reins here. This is how we're going to do it now. So step aside, buddy. You have to just trust in the unseen, because there's nothing else that you can hold on to when you're creating a new reality. And then persuade yourself that you are now the person that you want to be, assuming that you already are who you want to be. And to do that, you persuade yourself. So what does persuade mean? Well, let's have a look. Persuade means to lead the opinion of or conclusion, make believe or think, successfully urge the acceptance or practice of. And I love this. It comes from Latin, persuadere, I don't know if I'm saying that right, to bring over by talking. So when you persuade yourself of something, you have to talk yourself into it. And how do you talk yourself into it? With your thoughts. That's how you talk to yourself. We're talking to ourselves all the time. And to persuade yourself into a new belief, into a new assumption, into a new reality, you have to start by talking yourself into that reality. Think about how you persuade your friends or family or lover or partner, whatever, to do something that you want to do. You persuade them, you talk to them, you give them the story that's going to get them engaged and to hook in to coming and doing what it is that you want to do. And that's how you have to be with yourself. You have to talk yourself into these new realities by having the thoughts, thinking that you already have it, thinking you are the person that you already have it. So if you're somebody that wants to be wealthy, then you have to talk to yourself as a wealthy person. You have to think wealthy thoughts. You have to assume that you already have that wealth. How do you do that? Use your imagination. Make it up. Make believe. This is a game of make believe. We have to stop placing this value on reality and start placing that value on our imagination, knowing that it is imagination that creates reality. And when we can hold and persist with the story and hold it in the face of a reality that's showing us the opposite, that is when reality goes, oh, okay, right, okay, I know, right, okay, I'm just going to reflect that back now. I get it. They're completely aligned with this. I mean, reality is just waiting for your instruction and is completely objective. Reality will give you exactly what you give it in consciousness. So if you're holding a consciousness regardless of anything else and you have persuaded yourself beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is the way things are and this is the way things are going to be, reality will come to the party and it'll be like, oh, okay, right. She means it. He means it. They mean it. I better show up now. And then boom, there it is. And it'll happen in the most amazing and remarkable way. So I hope that's given you a little bit of inspiration to play with. I want to give you 3 more plays to play with to put this quote into action in your day. Obviously, the overriding thing is thinking about what it is that you want to experience in your reality. What's something that you would like that you're not currently experiencing reality? And then number 1, deny the evidence of the senses. So to make something true means you have to deny the reality that's in front of you, because if it's not yet true, it has to be true in your imagination first, and your reality will be showing the old story. So you have to deny the old story that's showing up in reality so that you can create the space for this new reality to come in. Number 2, then you have to suspend your reasonable mind, your rational mind, because that's the leader, like that's the captain of the ship, and it's like, no, it's like, we can't do that, we can't do that, we can't do that, we can't do that. Like it's very much governed by reality and by the physical senses, and it will try and talk you out of every single thing that it cannot get evidence. Like it's like the scientific rational mind. It will look for evidence and proof that you cannot have what it is that you want, but do not be swayed by it. It's just there to keep you safe. Part of you awakening to who you really are is the overcoming of your rational mind. So you have to suspend that, meaning put it aside, set it aside for now, and just like be like, yeah, you can come back later, but right now I'm in charge. Number 3, persuade yourself that you already have what it is that you want. And how do you persuade yourself? You persuade yourself with thoughts, with beliefs, with the assumptions that will support you having this reality. So you have to first think it in your mind, imagine it in your imagination, and then continue to talk to yourself like that. So even if you go out into the world and no one else believes that yet, you believe it because you're persuading yourself by talking to yourself in that way. Those are my 3 plays. Test it out. Test all of this out for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Neville's word for it. Don't take anyone's word for it. Take your word for it and make your word count. That is what all of this is about. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to share with family and friends or like and comment. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye.